All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, September 27th, set today by Enigmatist. I know we've had Enigmatist before, but I think very rarely. Anyway, we'll see what they have for us today. Friday should be the hardest day of the week. Oh, and no camera today, but thank you for your comments, particularly Jay's description of what he expected me to look like. Anyway, sorry to disappoint. All right, one across. Coup. Perhaps it is time to put on ring. Ooh, I've no idea where to go with that other than putting on a ring might be adding an O. So maybe this word ends in O. And then would the definition be coup? I mean, Bill and coup could be canoodle. No, let's try the downs. Gathering with hostility in cave. I'm thinking hostility might be war. And do we put that inside a three-letter word for cave to get a gathering? I can't think of a gathering word with war inside it. Or maybe gathering three-letter word followed by war. Is a cave, what's another word for a cave? Grotto, perhaps? No, don't see it. Deliver, clarification on penalty. I'm thinking this is another charade where maybe the definition is deliver, and we put a short word for clarification on a short word for penalty, but can't think of either of those. Isolate copper in contact with fluorine repeatedly. Well, I know copper is Cu. What's fluorine? Is it F or Fl? But I think if it's repeatedly, maybe it's two Fs. So the definition would be isolate, cut off. So I think it's copper, and then two, I think must be defined by in contact with, and then two Fs for fluorine. All right. What does that do for my coup? Now, coup, of course, could be a short word like core or wow. Yeah, maybe it is a time to put on ring like engagement, or it could be a ring as in a sound, telephone ring. No, let's just try this one. At center, valet is catching Wooster, purloining last of garden rakes. So last of garden would be the N. Could the definition be rakes, as in, I suppose, what would you define a rake as? A licentious person, or a, yeah, something like that. Or could it mean at center and it's some kind of adjective for being in the middle? And now I think it might just be the center of valet, which is catching Wooster. Then I think it isn't just the L, maybe it's the ALE. But catching Wooster, well, Bertie. But purloin is, oh, man, I don't know what to do with Wooster. All right, let's go back to the crosses. Minority. backing a little conservative chap following probes. Yeah, where's the definition here? Because minority backing seems like wordplay. Some word for minority, which might be, I think you can describe somebody who is not yet of age, might be in their minority, I think. A little conservative, maybe just the letter C. Chap can be fellow, guy, something like that. Following probes. Yeah, two-word phrase, just 3 letters each. Don't get that. Female, we bet, I will spoil with love. Well, this word must be 2. Female, we bet. Female might simply be an F. So I wonder if it means with love or spoil with love. What's the we bet? Yeah, bettors, punters. I will might be ILL, but I don't see how we're going to fit that in. Yeah, I can't think of any hyphenated phrase at the moment. Something to me. No. Substance secreted by oleasters side by side. I don't think I know what an oleaster is. There's a flower called an oleander. Is it related to that? Side by side. Oh, that might be L and R together. Or east and west. No. Cycle around Herts, Hertfordshire town. It's funny though, I was thinking of cycle and Hertz, Hertz, measuring cycles. But anyway, Hertfordshire town in the direction of Iron Age settlement. Oh, maybe there's a famous Iron Age settlement in Britain. Something fort, something, Now, this is proving very challenging today. Writing on edge of pot. No, I don't see that. Start of briefing is not as in agenda. Answer party with opening issue at table. Well, start of briefing, I'm thinking might simply be a letter B. Is not as. Is. In agenda, answer might simply be an A. Party can be a do. With opening issue, might that simply be an letter I that opens issue? And then maybe at table is the definition. My goodness, I'm baffled by that one, like most of them today. A enigmatist is living up to his name. After heated clashes with many, agree fixture for big match. Yeah, so total of 10 letters. I'm just wondering if I could anagram heated with many, if it After heated clashes with many, well, but then we've got too much left over, agree fixture. I think the definition might be big match. Some kind of cup final, or, but I don't see that either. Say to a person. Yeah. What is this? Sake, of course, can be for example, or as, or e.g. To a can be per, as in so much a head, or so much per head. But I'm not seeing it. Is it the definition person? No. Drunken evolutionary bar rant expressed heartfelt feelings. Well, drunken could mean an anagram. Can also mean, from a recent one of David Webb's videos, any S's become SH's. Evolutionary maybe could be an anagram indicator too of bar rant, but that's only 7 letters. Expressed, so I think it might be expressed heartfelt feelings. Oh, yeah, I wonder if it could be simply I love you. But just because, yes. So the word evolutionary, we are going to anagram. It is going to be drunken, but we're going to remove the letters of rant, bar rant. So that does leave over. Yeah, I just noticed EVOL at the beginning is love, but then we have the other letters. Oh my goodness. Well, that's a nice one to get. All right, I may as well finish the acrosses since we're nearly down at the bottom. Maybe excel with muscle, rippling amount. I do wonder, just reading maybe excel, I'm thinking of Microsoft Excel, one of my favorite programs. So is it some kind of program, utility? I can't think of a 6-letter word that would describe Microsoft Excel. With muscle, so that could be ab, I think comes up a lot, or lat. Rippling amount. Well, rippling could be an anagram, maybe. Oh, could it be maybe excel with muscle is the definition, and it's an anagram of amount, but I'm not seeing one. All right, such eliciting notice from potential addressees. I think this might be a cryptic definition with no wordplay. R and lit, maybe, but just seems strange. Such. So I think such is referring to the answer, and that would elicit notice from potential addressees. No, don't get it. One's first moved to travel on e.g. bus with 3 conductors. Oh my goodness. I wonder, maybe it is a term in physics or electronics that something that has 3 conductors might be try something. 3 conductors. One's first might be the letter O that starts one, and it's moved to travel on, e.g. bus. No. Poor school rings out each time for a progress checker. I think it must be a progress checker is the definition. Oh, I wonder if just like evolutionary bar rant, maybe we have to anagram school, but rings out the letter O could be called a ring. So that would just leave SCHL. So we anagram those four letters. And then we have something for each time. It just doesn't seem likely starting letters, because I don't see anything that would say we would put the SCHL around each time. What would a progress checker be anyway? No, don't get it. All right. Back to the Downs. Impetuous folk stop TV shows interruptive material. Well, a TV show's interruptive material would be ads, I suppose, commercial breaks, promos. So it might be, yeah, impetuous folk, I'm thinking. Ooh, I'm wondering if it could be hot heads. I was thinking of things that end in ADS, and then I thought most likely ends in EADS. Stop TV shows, stop. Yeah, I don't get the ads might be the interruptive material. But how is ho stop? Maybe in ye olde times people would cry out ho to stop. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not in love with that one, but we'll leave it for now. American University academic merging upcoming pre-Congress activities. Yeah, well, American might be A, or it could be US, University U. Academic might be Don, or yeah, emerging upcoming. The only thing I'm thinking of for pre-Congress activities could be foreplay, but I'm not getting that to work with American University. No, that's fooling me again. Good health points affecting switch in what paper shops do. Good health might be a toast. Points could be points of the compass. Affecting switch. Oh, I do wonder, the points of the compass, of course, spell out news, and I'm wondering if a paper shop, like a news agent, something news, good health, affecting switch. So yeah, I'm wondering if it's like 4 letters for good health and news, and then you switch them around and you get news. use something in what paper shops do. No, was sorry about adopting writing system with no B mechanism. Okay, I think it's going to be a mechanism. Was sorry might be something like rude, R-U-E-D. About adopting, and that goes about adopting writing system, and we remove a B from the writing system. Oh, I'm wondering if the writing system might be Braille, and with no B, just rail. How would that look? Of course, the L could be a little bit higher. Oh, I'm just not seeing a mechanism. Oh, I am actually. Yes. We actually had it not too long ago for the bicycle gears, I think, the derailleur gears. And it is rude. So was sorry is rude, and that goes about is turned backwards. And it adopts or surrounds Braille with no B. I'm a little amazed I managed to work that one out. Well, thank goodness. All right, reason a trip to the tobacconist is on and off. Okay, this sounds like a cryptic definition, some kind of joke. Yeah, so a trip to the tobacconist. To get smokes, to get a fag, to get cigar, ready rub. No, I don't get that. Lovers, bonkers, at it again indoors. Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, bonkers, I think, is going to be an anagram indicator, but do we anagram lovers? Or do we anagram at it? No, I think it's probably, we're going to anagram lovers, and maybe then, I don't know. The again is throwing me, and then is it just going to mean indoors? Yeah, I don't see it. Ways to engage with a model. Model is often T from the Model T Ford. But I don't think so here. But ways to engage is plural while a model is singular, so I don't think it's a double definition. No, at least we have a V here. Admitting Arts Academy deserted very fine composer. So is it going to be a word for admitting? We have the V, so I'm thinking that might be the very. Anyway, can I think of a composer with a second letter V? No, I cannot. All right, plant U-turning keeps, of course, wasting energy. I don't know. Is it going to be a plant? very possible with that Y in the second position. Wasting could be an anagram of energy, but I don't think so. U-turning suggests we turn something upside down. No, U-turn doesn't really, I think, wouldn't really be a reversal indicator. So maybe we have to separate the U from the turning. No. Planted smackers on breasts, so reported. All right, well, so reported suggests a homophone. Yeah, so one word for kiss is bus. And so the past tense would be bust, which sounds like B-U-S-T, breasts. All right. Oh my goodness, well that's seen everything once and very little to show for it. I do have some nice letters here though. Something end, I would think. Yeah, let me pause and just think what words might fit in here. Oh dear, well, I spent a lot of time thinking what that could be and nothing came to me, so I had to resort then to wordplays.com where I put in the E and the D, and I had to scroll through many pages of possible words until I found one. I think we have had it before in the crossword, and I do understand the reference is to Gulliver's Travels, where there's the people in one of the lands Gulliver visits are divided as to whether you open an egg at the little end or the big end. And so the ones who say the big end are known as the Big Endians. So, yeah, so I think it's party maybe with opening issue at table is a cryptic way to define the Big Endians. My goodness. So then start a briefing is the B. And then I think it must be an anagram of in agenda. But is not as. Is that telling us to anagram is not in as in, yeah, so I don't fully understand the wordplay. I think maybe we have to remove something, but I'm really not seeing anything. Yeah, because agenda has two A's and we only have one in the answer. Yeah, so I think we're removing something. And then answer party. I don't know where answer falls in all of this. So this is definitely one we're going to have to look at 15 squared to understand. My goodness. Well, anyway, I'm very glad I did go to wordplays.com to find out that one. Does that I help? Yeah, I think the I is probably going to be some word like ending in IANS, maybe, for a rake. Oh, there is some word. At center valet is catching Worcester. Purloining last of garden. That just might be the N. Yeah, and I think it's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to this time go to a thesaurus and look up synonyms of a rake. Of course, I should have got it from, I did think Bertie. So it's libertines. Yeah, so Bertie does catch the last of the garden rakes. Now the valet is catching. Oh, I think it's valet, the center is L, plus the is. Ah, that's the part I missed. And L and IS catch Bertie, who in turn is purloining the last letter of garden. Oh my goodness. All right. Now, how about coup? Perhaps it is time to put on ring. Yeah, I still don't. Oh, a ring could be call. And then perhaps it is time to put on. I wonder if coo could be a. Is it a bird call or a love call? Anyway, ooh, I think this must be to be. Not bride to be, female we bet. I will spoil. Ah, yeah, so maybe it is an anagram of we bet. I, and then with an O. Yeah, it's not quite right either. But spoil might be anagram, and then with love, with the O. So there then has to be a W somewhere, female. Could it be wife to be? So maybe it is an and lit that the. Yeah, I think female might be giving us an F plus we bet I and the O for love. You anagram all of that, and the wordplay also provides the definition wife to be. I think that's right. Now, this one I thought might have war in the middle. Inside a cave, I think, and it's going to be a gathering. Toward, reward, gathering. Oh, could be a gathering of people, but maybe just when you gather something, you understand it. Or collecting things. Oh, I'm not seeing that word at all. All right, deliver, clarification. I think deliver clarification is the definition, and on is on the subject of, or re, and a penalty can be a fine. All right, maybe this is a bird call. Oh, and I think perhaps it is time, is referring to time in prison. He was given time, and the slang for prison is bird. He did time in prison. Ooh, so now gathering with hostility. Beware. Ah, yes. Oh my goodness. So two sort of obscure meanings of words here. A gathering of people together, for example, to quilt would be a quilting bee, or a spelling bee, I suppose, is the same thing, gathering together to do something. And it has hostility inside it. And it's not cave. I think that you in Latin pronounce it cave, meaning beware. Oh, very tricky. All right, cycle. around Hertfordshire town in the direction of Iron. Oh, maybe Iron is going to be FE. Age settlement, though. I think it might just be an Iron Age settlement. But what's the... And we're going to put a cycle around some Hertfordshire town. Yeah, this is where my lack of UK geographical knowledge hurts me. You know, I have a little bit from growing up in Ireland, but and then I suppose just whatever you pick up watching television. But anyway, I think I'm going to look up Hertfordshire and see are there any towns that might work. The town of Tring is in Hertfordshire, and I think cycle around might be to cycle the T to the end, and in the direction of, I wonder if that might be 4, because I did think of fort earlier. And so an Iron Age settlement might be a ring fort. Let's check it. It is right. All right, well, we'll take a peek at 15 squared at the end to see if they get it the same way. All right, that's the top left. Finally done. All right, minority. I wonder if it's the few. Well, that would mean the minority, but I don't see a little conservative chap following probes. No. Other than F for fellow, maybe, for chap. Yeah, I'll come back to that. Oh, let me look up oleasters and see what they might be when they're at home. Well, I think it's the olive plant or the family. The wild olive, maybe. Yeah, so I think that might... So olive oil? Substance secreted by... Oh, well, maybe it's a hidden clue secreted by STERSS, the side by side. Oh, maybe we have to go backwards. No, that would be ETSAEL. Doesn't seem right. Yeah, don't get that one. And let me actually go ahead and check hotheads. I wasn't too sure about that. No, it's right. So we'll have to check that at 15 squared, but the E isn't very helpful writing. Writing on, again, on might be on the subject of. Edge of pot. Edge of pot might be one of the outer letters. No, I don't see it. And this I thought, oh, well, foreplay does fit. But this then would be, oh yeah, that would actually go with my, the few. Okay, I'm pretty desperate, so I'm going to go ahead and check this. It is right. Why is it right? What's the American University? Oh, academic. Oh, merging upcoming. Well, we have replay. Fordham University of American. Oh, Yale. Yale might be. We do have Yale upcoming. Oh, I think it's a Yale professor, Yale prof. They merge, they overlap. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that type of wordplay before, but I like it. And it is upcoming, meaning in a down clue it's written backwards. That's very clever. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead with the few here. Backing a little. I wonder if the conservative chap could be a wet, which is backing. Yeah. We had dry recently as the opposite of wet. I think a lot of us were very surprised by that. We'd heard of wets, but not the opposite. But if it is wet, then it leaves FEH. Yeah, following I think can be F. In a book, in the index, they might say page 23 and following, and put an F in the following probes. I think a little is we, and the following probes it. But then what's the HT? Yeah, I don't get that, but let's go ahead and check it. It is right. All right, good health. Ooh, maybe wellness? Yes. Not quite sure how it works other than... Oh, I think the paper shops sell news, but the points affect a switch. Yeah, so that S, comes down for the W in sell news. All right. Another very clever one. I think I'm beginning to see why Enigmatist only has a puzzle every now and then, because probably a lot of work and thought and refinement goes into these. There is a word, sterile. Don't ask me what it is, but let me check that. Yes, let me look up sterile. Well, yeah, there is a sterol is an organic compound. Cholesterol is the best known one, I suppose. And secreted by oleasters side by side. Well, I see we have the stir and we have the ol. So I think if you put the word oleaster singular side by side, you would see in the middle overlapping sterol. I think putting the S, though, making it plural, doesn't make it as obvious. I think maybe by oleaster, comma, side by side might have been, I don't know. It's a tough one. Anyway, we'll take a look at 15 squared just to verify that. All right, writing on edge of pot. Oh, could it be something to do with the other kind of pot? I'm wondering too if it might have pen. Or pan. Yeah, I have no idea what this could be. Writing. Oh, no, a pot might be a pan. So is there something for edge that can go before pan to make writing? Let me pause and think about that. Well, I went to wordplays.com to see what that might be, and I saw bedpan, which would be a pot, Um, writing on edge. Let's check this one. No, all right, let's reveal it. Hempen. Oh, I thought hempen meant made out of. Oh, well, of course, pot, hemp, of pot. Something might be hempen, I suppose. Ah, and edge is hem, and writing is pen. Wow. Yeah, I'm not sure if pen really means writing. It would mean write as a verb, to pen something, to write it. Yeah, I do question that one a little bit. All right, so the top half after 45 minutes plus. Oh my goodness, this is a monster. All right, let's try and get our fixture for big match. Match of the day. After heated clashes with many, agree. So it sounds like maybe we have a word for agree at the end, and it's going to be our agree fixture for big match. No, how about, oh yeah, the reason a trip to the tobacconist is on and off. You know, I think just because I need to get a move on here, I am going to reveal this one, and at least it will give me some starting letters. Snuff out. Okay. Well, I suppose if you're out of snuff, then you would have a trip to the tobacconist. But, you know, to snuff something out, it would be to stop it. So I suppose maybe that's what they're getting at. But I find that a little convoluted, to be honest. Snuff, yeah, when I was thinking of all the tobacco products, I never thought of snuff. How many people still do snuff today, I wonder? All right, so now our big match. Heated clashes with many. Oh, I wonder if big match might be a wedding of some kind. Oh, yeah, to agree a fixture for a big match would be to name the day. We do have an anagram of many. Oh, and heated, I think. Yes, I think it is heated, anagrammed with many. And then, yeah, I think I was wondering what the agree was doing, but it's part of the definition. Now that one I like. Okay, how about lovers, bonkers, at it again indoors? Well, the M, yeah, suggests maybe it's not an anagram. Bonkers might be mad. At it again indoors. Yeah, maybe the definition is lovers, amorous, or bonkers. Bonkers might be a mock or something, but then what's at it again indoors? No. All right, say to a person. Yeah, I have no idea. Could the first word be for example, say? Oh yeah, maybe say, is there some other version of for example for one, I think. Yeah, so if you gave an example, say, you might say for one, and to a person would be for one. Yeah, I think this is going to be um amorists, maybe? Yeah, something like that. Is that a word? An amorist? Okay, I'm really desperate, so I'm gonna check it. No. Uh, Amoretti. Okay, a little bit of Italian, I presume. Anyway, at it. So at it and again. And it. Oh, at it is bonkers. And again is more, and that goes indoors or inside the anagram of at it. All right. Okay, maybe Excel. Oh, this is the one I thought. Ah, yes. So I never thought of an OUT prefix. So outman might be Excel with muscle. That is right. Ways to engage with a model. Well, standard comes to mind. I think if something is the model for how something should be, it is the standard. But now, how is ways to engage with? Well, let's check it. It is right, but I have no idea why. All right, we will find out at 15 squared. Let's finish the bottom left. One's first moved to travel on e.g. bus. So I think it might be a a triode. I should have thought of a triode. I've done some work with triodes recently. So one's first move to travel on e.g. bus. I think to travel on e.g. bus might be to ride. Oh, and one's first is the O, which is moved. But I don't know where the T is coming from. Yes. Oh, I think it's to travel is to ride, but you do move the O. One's first, but it comes from the to. Anyway, let's check it just so I don't make a fool of myself. Yeah, it seems to be right. All right, after all of this, just the bottom right. Admitting Arts Academy deserted very fine composer. Arts Academy, of course, is going to be the Royal Academy. Admitting, yeah, I still think it might be admitting, but yeah, but I also think it could be a composer. All right, I think I'm going to have to go to 15 squared and we'll see how many 6-letter words there are with a V in second place. Well, there's quite a lot of words. Of course, I was creating all about the AV. There is evince, which I think means to admit, but that wouldn't match the part of speech of admitting, so I think it might be a vowel. Let's check that one. No. All right, let's reveal it. Oh my, how did I not think of Dvorak? Oh my goodness. I'm very embarrassed. All right, so I think the Arts Academy is the RA. Deserted, very fine. Ooh, I think very is the V, and I think fine is okay, and the RA goes in. But is deserted commonly abbreviated to just D? That's a new one on me. But yeah, I definitely should have got Dvorak. All right, it gives us a nice K there. Poor. School rings out each time. Oh, a progress check. I was thinking of somebody coming around with a clipboard checking on your progress, but it's something that stops your progress, and that would be a brake pad. So let's see. Poor school rings out each time. No, I don't see how that would work. Let's check it. It is right, but I've no idea why it is. All right, such eliciting notice from potential addressees. Yeah, I don't know, something roles, like the roles of electors are lists of people. Yeah, I don't get it. Let's try this plant. Yeah, now there cannot be many words, surely. But I think I'm going to have to go to word plays again. All right, there is a plant. I'm sure I heard its name when my parents would watch Gardener's World all those years ago, and I think I was waiting for whatever came on after Gardener's World. Was it Tomorrow's World or one of those? Anyway, oh, I think we've had this before. It's the old U and non-U for upper class or not upper class are posh. And posh is turning, P-O-S-H. And it keeps, of course, wasting. Of course is yes, but minus the E for energy. Goodness gracious. All right, so this isn't rolls. Could it be red roses? Such eliciting notice. Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's an anagram of no. I'm going to put in my red roses and check it. No. Oh, something rises, I think, but I'm just... What? I've never heard that phrase. So... My goodness. Let me pause and look that up. Ah, I have seen this before in the singular. A des res is a desirable residence. So a house that is listed for sale might be described as a des res. And so the plural, des reses. Yeah, I think it might be just a straight cryptic, convoluted cryptic that, yeah, people who might potentially make this their address would take notice of desirable residences. Yeah, I just keep looking to see if we might get it from addressees. Oh, I think it might actually. I think a notice can be an ad. If you take away the ad, then I think you have potential or anagram dressees. I mean, that is very, very clever. I really take my hat off to Enigmatist for that one. But I think just maybe too many levels of crypticism for me. All right, we're over an hour. Let's do a quick check all. Confirm everything's still there. All right, let's take a quick look at 15 squared. All right, the blog today is by S.C. Chua. No real commentary on what it is. Oh, there's Love and Marriage by Peggy Lee, one of my favorites of the standard singers, I suppose, or jazz singers. Don't know if she qualifies as jazz, but just a wonderful voice. Anyway, there were so many I wanted to check. The few, it is we. And S.C. Chua doesn't understand why is H.T. a conservative chap. Yes, glad I'm not alone in that. Sterol, yeah, so if you put the singular side by side, okay. And this was, yeah, tring and for in the direction of, I'm heading for, okay. And 12, pen, writing as a profession, okay, I suppose. And then, yeah, the big Endians in Gulliver's Travels. So the first letter of that, briefing, and 2 times the letter I, replacing AA, 2 times the letter A, in agenda plus, oh, I's not A's in agenda, so it becomes I-gen-D plus A and S. Oh my goodness. So complicated. Yeah, so add, deleted from, addressees, very clever. And broke is poor, plus pod, a school, replacing O for A. So broke pod becomes break pad. Wow. If you understood that, well, I take my hat off to you. All right. Oh, house is a TV. So you had to think of a TV show, specific one. Well, I don't know about that. I think when it depends on 2 things. First of all, you have to think of all the television shows there have ever been in the world. You have to think of house. And then you have to think to abbreviate it to HO. And then put that inside the ads. I think that's very unfair. All right. Yeah, so this was a Yale prof merging and reversed. Very clever. Derailer was that, yeah. 15, snuff out. You've run out of snuff, or you put a sudden end to. Oh, so maybe, yeah, I think I was saying on and off for the trip to the tobacconist, but and off is just to off, maybe to something to snuff it out. Yikes. Standard ST is the street. Oh, and RD roads as the ways. Engage with a becomes and a. I like that. That's very clever. And then Dvorak, RA, sure enough. Yeah, D is abbreviation for deserted. Oh, maybe that's in military reports or something like that. Anyway, quite tough and satisfying. KVA is one of the stalwarts of this blog. Oh, and so there was this amorous theme. Ah, so they put in red roses like me. Yeah, High Tory is HT. Oh, but what did KVA say? Oh, it is wet, and a chap is he. Ah, yeah, so very, very tricky. Anyway, I'm not going to waste any more of your time, but thank you as always for watching, and have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.